For the players.
Time it so I can go. I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Max Cooper.
And this is For the Players, the pop culturist PlayStation podcast with over 50 years of playing PlayStation, like 15 years in their games. Mickey, I'd like to thank you for joining us in this PlayStation conversation. Bang on, right?
This PlayStation conversation happens every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. on podcast services, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you'd like to take part in future conversations with us, you can. Come and check out our socials. Facebook, Discord, Instagram, X, all of those links can be found in the description below.
If you want to join the conversation as it happens, head over to twitch.tv/thepopculturist. We can watch us record this show live, or you can jump in the chat and become part of the show. If you want to support the show, you can tell your friends, tell your family about this PlayStation pod. If you are listening to us on podcast service, be sure to give us a 5-star rating and a written review. Watching us on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, comment below. I endeavour to answer every single comment. And if you want to support us financially, patreon.com/thepopculturists. Man,
I don't think my clicks registered.
your clicks came through. You came through.
Oh, did they go?
Yeah. Look, to our credit, we nailed that timing. Nailed it. So good. So good. But look, it's going to be an interesting show, Max, because really, not all that much happened this week. Most things were pretty quiet. No major news pieces. It's just been a standard old week. And in the video game space, there has been other fairly intense news. Good parentheses, yeah.
There has been other fairly intense news.
But what about in your week? How's your week been?
Oh, my son turned 2 on Friday.
He did. Happy birthday, little Chadley.
He has been in the terrible 2s for quite some time now. But yeah, he's been cool. He busted his fucking lip open something hard. He fell over in the garage.
Oh no!
Must have bit his lip. And there's just blood fucking pissing everywhere. I'm like, oh. Ali warned me this would happen.
Yeah, that is the downside of having the playroom being the garage.
He'll be right.
Now?
I mean, he picked himself up. Dusted himself off, had a cry for a little bit, and then went back outside.
And went back into the garage?
Yeah, fucking oath. He lives in there now. It's his room.
Yeah.
As soon as he gets up in the morning, he's like, dummy in mouth, dummy in one hand, he's fucking teddy bear in the other, sleepy suit on still. He just goes straight in there. He's like, fuck it.
He's climbing, playing all day.
There's a ball pit in there, and his favorite thing to do is to just fucking tip the whole thing out.
Yeah.
So just before the show, I spent time in there cleaning up and packing up all the balls, putting it back in the ball pit for him to just fuck up tomorrow when he gets up.
Oh man, the life of being a kid, wouldn't that just be sick?
And Hadley's out there because she's helping me. She's like, Dad, this is pretty unfair because Ollie made all this mess and he doesn't have to do any cleanup. I'm like, okay, I agree with you. But I didn't make any of this mess, and I'm out here cleaning it up.
Oh, as in she was complaining that she had to do it, not that both of you. She's like, this sucks for me. And you're like, no, this sucks for both of us.
Your brother didn't make all the mess, because her answer to everything now is, I was fucking Ollie. Ollie did it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, did he really? She's like, yeah, Ollie did it. And he can't talk very well yet.
Yeah.
So he can't defend himself. He'll just run up and be like, hi, and then fuck off again. And Hadley's like, see, it was him.
Has it worked though? Has she successfully tricked you? Oh, yeah, you would know because Ollie can't dob her.
Hadley just walked past. You talking about me? Stop talking shit, please.
Downside of the open floor plan is you're like, hey, here are all the secrets. And she's like, are you talking about secrets? Just don't mention anything about Santa or anything right now.
So, but yeah, she's alright. She's been good.
Oh, we got evils in the background. Bam.
I'm just mentally preparing myself for school holidays next week.
Ah, yeah. It sounds like it's already kicked in by the looks.
Well, it's one of those things of like, again, unfortunately, Ali wasn't able to get time off work,
Yeah.
which means it's just me and the lads and lass. And I just said to her, I'm like, these school holidays are going to be as fun as you want them to be, but if you don't work with me, I will stay at home for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Good negotiation, though.
But like, you've got to work with me. If you work with me, we can have a really fun holiday. If you don't work with me,
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
we're gonna be sitting inside watching Astrobot videos.
Which also sounds great for her too, if I'm being honest.
Well, it's actually Ollie's the one who's really into Astrobot videos at the moment.
Oh, really?
The one downside to having the toy room in the garage is I now have to leave that baby gate open.
Yeah.
So there's like a 50-50 chance that he's either gone all the way to the garage or he's sitting at my desk with a PlayStation controller in his hand trying to play the PlayStation because he knows how to turn it on. And he just sits there with this big shit-eating grin on his face like he knows he's going to get into trouble, and then he cries about it. I'm like, motherfucker,
you know you're not allowed to do this.
Boys
this could be resolved at any moment if you just didn't do the thing that you weren't supposed to do, child.
Yeah, he's so excited to play video games when he's old enough. Like he's keen as a bean already.
How does Ali feel to
have
not have a say in everyone else in the house? Like don't get me wrong, Hadley absolutely has Ali energy, like no doubt, but like. The Max genes are coming through fierce. I have the same thing for Phoebe. I'm like, you are just dealing with lots of me and bets and energy at any given time.
Well, Ali's copped it pretty hard this week. So she went and got a wedding to go to, so she went and got her hair done.
I did notice her hair was different earlier. I didn't want to say
she got home, and Ollie's like, he puts his whole head down and puts his eyes up to the top
like he's the Rock.
Yeah, it gives you like this gnarly phone. And he wouldn't go near her all night.
What? Because
he sat next to me all night on the couch for like 3.5 hours, just snuggling into me. Anytime Ali came anywhere near him, he'd like whack her away. Wouldn't have it. It was so funny.
Something wrong with your head. I can't. Wow, that is rough. That is absolutely rough.
And then today we had a little bit of a shindig for Ollie for his birthday. Had some friends over. Kids played some Mario Kart. Took the park in town has been completely rebuilt.
Mm.
So we went down to Rippleside, played at the park. Ollie had fun, kind of, until he smashed his face into a pole.
Ooh, that's double head trauma this week.
Deliberately. Because he realized that there was 5 poles that made sound, and then he just goes and fucking headbutts it.
Yeah. So once again, how is Ali with knowing that you just made another you? Like she gets licks in of like occasional little moments where she sneaks through with the kids, I'm sure. But it like once again, very similar to James, it does feel like one side is fucking stronger.
Is way more dominant.
Yeah. And it's one of those things because like Phoebe and I have obviously discussed having kids at some point, and we've been actively trying. So it's like you are aware that it's probably just going to be more of me, right? Like this shit is the loudest genes in the whatever depth gene pool I'm a part of.
Yeah, may God have mercy on her soul.
Oh, I know. I'm like, you're willingly stepping into this game, right? You know this. Because what's going to happen is if there's...
Like her and James get along really well.
Oh, absolutely. No, I'm not saying they don't get along. Like, she gets along with me too well, I hope.
Yeah.
But wait. But what I mean is, like, it'd be really cool. She's like, oh, man, I'll be able to make a new person. It'll be awesome. And then she turns around and suddenly there's just 3 of us. There's just 3 of us together, and she's there being like, what the fuck have I done? I've made another one. It's a I don't know.
Look, for humanity, maybe just don't.
Yeah. Like, not you. Your genes are rad. His, though, damn.
Yeah.
Fucking damn. Which is funny. I know we haven't even started talking about PlayStation at all yet. Hi, 10 minutes in. when we went like recently, as I mentioned, we've been trying to have kids. So like we went did some IVF stuff, not IVF, like fertility clinic stuff. And it was one of those things. They're like, oh, what are any sort of health conditions you have? And as I'm like listing them out in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm fucked. Like I'm genuinely fucked. Like, are you sure? And like I was kind of waiting for the fertility lady to be like, are you fucking sure? Like looking directly into Phoebe's eyes and be like, are you sure?
Have you heard the song "Betty and Me" by Jonathan Coulton, the guy who did the soundtrack for Portal?
No, I have not.
So essentially, this song's hilarious. So it's essentially a song about a husband and wife going and doing like fertility and IVF stuff, and then the husband's just like, it's really weird. They're like, they said they could use my DNA, but I haven't been involved in any of this process. Like, have a listen to it after the show. It's hilarious. Because he's like, when we first met Dr. Martin, he said we could build a baby out of DNA and it's going to be awesome. And then the dad's just like, oh, what if we gave it like fucking wings and a tail and like just made it like fucking sweet? And then he's like, I also haven't been part of this at all. He's like, my wife just keeps going out with this Dr. Martin and she said it's going to be fine and we're going to have a baby eventually. It'll be good.
Yeah, like is with him, I guess is the thought. No, that's pretty funny. But yeah, in terms of myself, week's been pretty chill. I had.
Oh yeah.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say you still live in that life of luxury.
It's not really been luxury. It's more. The best way to describe it, it's been a life of guilt and shame. But with
you still haven't come to visit me and play Skate.
Yeah, true.
Which is out now, by the way.
Now,
I think it's out on the 14th. I'm pretty sure it's out now. I thought it was the 14th.
Some bitch. Why are we fucking recording this podcast? I'll be playing Skate. This is bullshit. No, it's actually I have the notes in front of me, literally in the book.
16th. Never mind. Right. I'm 2 days early. Soon.
No, it's more about days of guilt and shame, really. It's just kind of like, oh, I can't really do anything, but then I feel bad for not really doing anything. Okay, choice. It's good. It's a good feeling to have constantly, all the time. But it's been not too bad. So I had another interview this week. I did this for JB Hi-Fi, which is a local, electronics and tech retailer. I was able to organize. So I applied for the job, but I had additional assistance from some mates of mine. Just be like, yo, this guy should get an interview. And then I did. Haven't heard back yet. Wait to see how we go. However, though, Max, there has been some forward momentum. So I applied last week, a couple weeks ago, for a role just as a support worker. They said yes. So I have a casual job, I guess. It's like not really celebratory because it's like I would rather a full-time job, but
some money better than no money.
Exactly. It's one of those things where I'm like, okay, casual is fine. I will take the casual role because then I at least have some money coming in when I didn't before. And especially when I gave myself like an X amount time frame before I either have to hit my savings or things get scary. Thankfully, I was able to secure something before then. Now, it doesn't mean that like I'm in suddenly fucking smooth sailings because I've no idea what the hours are going to be, this, that, the other, but it's something, right? Like it's at least the beginnings of something. And then if it's because it's casual, I could probably go work at JB as well and, do both at the same time potentially, which would be cool. Or whichever one gives me more hours, I suppose. Because I am also thinking about this, Max. I would like to be able to live the privileged life of working 0.8, so only 4 days a week. When I did it when James was young, it was the best.
Well,
it was the best.
As one of those jobs is as one of those things is retail, you'll have to work weekends and you'll have to work most weekends.
True.
How will that affect your?
So I did negotiate that when I had my initial interview. I was like, look, I can't work like every second weekend. No chance. And I said, ideally, I'd like to not work the other weekend as well because I have my wrestle commitments. I understand that's not entirely possible, but that would be preferred. So, like, for me, like, if it's just, hey, I work Sundays instead of Saturdays, which allows me to go to shows on Saturdays. That's potential workaround. With the support worker job, I went no weekends, and they went, no, okay. Excuse me. I am also casual, so I can work whatever I dictate. So if I say no weekends and they go, okay, no weekends, but that means they're like, well, we can't give you any hours because we can only give you weekends.
Yeah, they're like the only hours we fucking have are weekends because no one else wants to work them. That's why we have casuals.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
Which one goes the other way. But it's a positive step in the right direction.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is good. Like I said, I'm not like, woo, about it because it's just a casual job. I'm not like, real fucking stoked about it. But yeah, as I said, if I could like live that actual life of what I would consider luxury, which would be working 0.8, that would be fantastic. Because like,
well, I essentially work 0.8, but over 5 days.
Yeah, that'd be okay with. Maybe that's why I got let go from my old job. But I'm not built for fucking 5 days. Nah, I probably am. But if I don't,
is anyone built for 5 days?
No, we're not. We're absolutely not. We're really not. By the way, just saying. And look, in that time, I have been able to spend a little bit of playing some games. As I mentioned, when the guilt and shame has not been like super gnarly, it has allowed me to like sit down and actually play some things, which is great. So I'll jump in with this first. So let me just write this down. Water, beautiful.
I'm ready.
Yep.
Anything?
What are we doing?
I'm going to give you a round of applause.
Oh, no, we're not there yet. We're building to that. We're building to that. We're building to that. Don't worry about that. So, as many of you know, I'm a big fan of simulator games. So, as always, they seem to get my interest, right? So, recently I was watching a good friend of the show, Jernman. He was streaming this game called Waterpark Simulator. And it's got like this gnarly ragdoll physics. And the whole premise is you inherit, you spend the last of your savings to build this water park, and then you expand it over time. And that's done by running the ticket booth, obviously having a pool with slides and maintaining it. It's essentially all the simulator management bullshit that I love, except this time, once again, in a different wrapping, but this wrapping is a water park. What gave me the most tickles out of playing this game is those ragdoll physics. If you misalign the slide a little bit, as everyone slides into the pool, they get horrible, fucking hip dysplasia, or their back just gets utterly decimated, and I love it. Everyone slips and trips and all this stuff. But I really enjoy playing it. There are some things that I like about it, obviously. It's fun. The repetition is really good. The carrot is always, like, in terms of the desire to grow and upgrade your park, is always there. Excuse me, as I constantly feel compelled to, like, let's go to the next day. Let's do the next day. Let's go get some more hot dogs. Let's do this. I want to expand this pool. I want to add, these decorations over here to build the level of the park. We can upgrade those toilets. We can do this. And you slowly start building this bigger picture, right, as the park grows. There are some issues that I have with it in that I enjoy that grind. However, the depreciation, for lack of a better term, degradation of everything in the game is so fast. Like, within one day, you would have had to repair your pool like 3 times, clean the slide 4 times, right? Like, the frequency at which you have to do these at scale, I honestly don't know how you don't just spend your entire in-game day mopping shit. I imagine it gets to a point where you hire staff, but even then, like, the intensity which I've had to do it in the comparatively short time of playing the game, like, I have not had time to breathe or to, like, run. I have to, like, fucking run over, clean some shit, sprint over, feed someone a hot dog, run back over, go buy tickets. It's all these things at once, and just the speed at which you have to maintain and clean the place, I am finding a bit of a detriment. As I mentioned, the research tree is really fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm getting kind of to build the park that I want to. I just called my park Waterhouse because that made me laugh when I was thinking of a name. But I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying that a lot. On top of that, though, in terms of the games, like simulator games that I have been playing, Max, I think it was Friday, I finally had a day where I just let myself fucking chillax. And I felt no guilt. I felt no shame. It was awesome. And then I spent about 4 hours playing fucking Cash Cleaner Simulator. So this is one I've talked about before. And essentially, you just play a money launderer. You're in this fucking warehouse. I've said, once again, this is not the first time I've talked about this game. The idea is there's a chute in the roof of the warehouse. You press an app on your phone and go, this person needs $15,000 laundered. It can be any denominations in this, that, the other. Yeah, all right, cool, no worries. Boom. Some sort of container falls from the sky. It's full of cash. You should already have a surplus of cash. You just start cleaning that shit. If you sort it into its denomination, sort it into its currency, clean it, get it nice, band it, make it all pretty, box up what they want, send it on out. I am clearly focusing on the wrong part of this game, but it makes me so happy. Because what I do is I'll get an order that comes in and it's like, this person needs X. Easy. I can get that mission, that task, done in about 25 seconds. Because I have spent so long, unreasonably, meticulously laying out my process. I have cash sorters that sort everything into their denominations. I then have buckets that have each denomination when there's an insufficient amount to bundle. But then once I hit 100 notes, I bundle it, I put it on a pallet, and that pallet is lined over this side. So when a new order comes in, I just go to the left of those pallets. There's a series of shelves. On those shelves, the various boxes and bags and other other things that are needed. Go, grab that, grab the amount I need, boom, throw it on the conveyor belt, get it fucking out of there. Love it. And then on top of that, once they integrate like ink-stained money or dirty money, you then literally have to run it through a washing machine, then time it into a dryer. So like it's all this essentially production line that I have going, all to then what's my next mission? Boom, 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 done. Then I go through that cycle all over again. I did it for so long. It was awesome. It made my brain so happy. Just this delicious, repeatable tasks. Loving it. Fucking love it.
I am.
Which is great. Because that's going to take us into the next game, which is something you and I have both played. And if you want to talk about repeated fucking tasks. Oh. Max, very big thanks to the team over at 2K Australia and Power Up here. I think it was Double Jump. I get them mixed up all the time. It's Power Up.
Was it Double Jump?
No, it's Double Jump.
It was Double Jump.
Either way, big thanks to 2K and Double Jump. I'm pretty sure it's Double Jump. Big thanks to 2K and Double Jump. Max, you and I have been spending time with Borderlands 4. Set the scene. What are we working with?
Oh, boy, have I. All right, Borderlands 2. I've completely lost track of the story because I've been farming the same boss for the last fucking 6 hours. Let me just... I literally can't even think of the name of the bloody planet that we're on. We're on a new planet.
Claros?
Maybe.
Excuse me. All right. So, look, while Max talks that out, this is Borderlands 4.
You do it for me.
It is the latest release in the series from Gearbox Entertainment. Of course, we are paying Gearbox Software, I believe. We are playing it on the PS5. Max and I and our good friend Padge played a 3-player session the other night. And then...
It's Kairos.
There you go. So unlike the previous games where you spend time on the desert planet of Pandora, we are on this new planet. What was it called again? Sorry?
Kairos.
Kairos
with a K.
Already different energy when you kick into them. It's a lot more green. It's a lot more luscious.
What a word.
Okay, now I've set you up, Max. Keep explaining for me.
Look, I mean, obviously, like you said, we've been playing with Padge. You kind of, like any other Borderlands games, you start off in a pretty gnarly situation. We have been captured by the Timekeeper. That's right. Who seems to be the Handsome Jack of this version. Handsome Jack is the only memorable villain I can remember of any other Borderlands game.
Oh, and then the streamers, but I couldn't tell you their names or who they are or what they did. Outside of being annoying.
But he seems to be the big bad, and he's essentially putting Doc Octopus spinal taps in people to control them. He has done so with us, and we are now trying to find a way to circumvent such spinal taps so he can't control our Vault Huntery goodness anymore. Game's awesome. I think this is the most fun I've had in a Borderlands game since Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
Borderlands 2 holds a very special place in my heart because it had the best DLC of all time with Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep.
Yep.
Like full-blown D&D in Borderlands was so much fun. So this is much the same thing. It has your bajillions of guns, in the sense that like every single gun is slightly different every single time. Therefore, they're all different guns. There's the same loot explosions of colorful nonsense: the greens, the purples, the blues, the legendaries, if and when you ever get them. I've had 3 drops so far in the 8 hours. They did announce that they were going to lower the drop rate to, make them feel more exclusive, which I feel could be a detriment to the casual player. I am not that. As mentioned before, I've literally spent like 4 hours farming the same boss over and over again because they've made it easier in this game. Instead of having to like reset your entire game, reload in, there is a buy station that is revive the boss. So you jump out of the boss arena, you revive the boss, you jump back in, you fight it again. And just rinse and repeat until you run out of money.
It's baffling that it hasn't been there for a looter shooter to be like, hey, you want to loot this thing again? Like, yes. And also shoot it.
Yeah. But as you mentioned, we are no longer on the desert planet of Pandora. Nope. There are...
Which is nice. I'm kind of sick of fucking desert planets. Thank you, Star Wars.
Well, the game is open world this time. It is not instance like Borderlands 2 where you go into different, like load into different area zones. I am currently in a deserted area. I know you won't get this reference, but think Caelid from Elden Ring. So it's dark, red, deserty.
Oh, exactly you never got that. The reference you gave me.
You never got that far. You didn't pass the first boss and then you gave up. But yeah, it's kind of cool. So they do, because you've got 3 main plot points to get through to that all culminate into one by the end. It's like you can either go up here, or you can stay where you are, and then you just work through it. I think the open worldness is a fantastic addition to the game instead of having loading zones. You get a vehicle very early on, which is helpful. What's not helpful is when you're playing with 2 other chuckleheads and they start that cutscene when you're not ready for it. I had to Google how to spawn in my vehicle because I missed that whole cutscene, and I only just started using the vehicle. Turns out you just have to push right on the D-pad.
Yeah, it's really easy.
So I was walking everywhere for fucking ages trying to work out. I'm like, where's the terminal to digistruct my car like every other Borderlands game?
Yeah, good point. I forgot about that. Right. I was like, yeah, of course, just press right. Forgetting you had to have user station in the last game, yeah.
They fucking Bungie sparrowed it. You spawn your fucking thing where almost wherever you want. There is a little icon if you can't spawn it on your HUD, but it's few and far between. Because it's open world now, they have world events. I've run into just like random rift bosses that are just spawned in this random like rift zones, all the same fun stuff. There's side quests to get more loot, the Easter eggs out the bumhole. I found a handsome Jack Easter egg earlier. If you shoot some barrels in a certain order, this fucking wooden handsome Jack comes out of the fucking sea and does a little dance, and then pisses off. The humor is back. It's solid. So far, the script and the writing has been pretty good, unlike Borderlands 3, which was kind of. I think Gearbox is back with this one.
Yeah,
I think they've done it. I mean, they tried with Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and like it almost had it back, but that too was a slightly different game to your Borderlands title. But this, if you were a fan of like Borderlands 1 and 2 but 3 didn't really hit the beat, I would urge you to consider 4. They did fix a lot of the problems that everyone was complaining about in 3. Unless you're a PC player, apparently the optimization is absolute butthole, and it's only optimized for 50 series cards.
Oh wow. Wow, okay. Interesting.
Apparently it's real rough.
Oh,
But again, as you mentioned, we're playing on PS5. I've had no hitches, hiccups, frame drops, nothing. It runs beautifully, and I'm still using a day one OG PS5 that has never been cleaned.
So it's interesting. So when we booted up the other night, we said we started it in the 3-player. I enjoyed it from like the multiplayer side. I loved it. It was good to have that shared experience again, which did involve you running off in one direction and Padge and I running off in another, but also in different directions. Excuse me. So I guess with the loss of the instanced area, I think we'll see a lot more of this fragmentation. However, the fact you can just simply just go, where are you on the map? Boom, and you'll fast travel to you.
Yeah, you can fast travel between people now, which is cool.
Which is dope. My immediate response was, this game is slow. In my head, now whether it just be because of how... Sorry, there's something very clearly in my throat and I can't quite get it. Sorry. Where likely since I played Borderlands 3 or even since, say, Borderlands 2, how just first-person shooters, particularly looter shooters, have changed, I guess in my memory or my recollection, Borderlands was a lot faster. Like, it still feels floaty, but I felt heavy. You know what I mean? And I was kind of, I was like, oh, wait. It wasn't until we started playing and you went, yeah, this is exactly how Borderlands used to play. I was like, all right, I'll take your word for it. But as we started playing, I'm like, oh, yeah, no, this is exactly how I used to play.
It did, because we were playing in multiplayer, they jack up the health pool of all the enemies. So, like, in a sense of, like, progressing, it did feel a bit slower, because unless all three of us were shooting at the same time.
But also, yes.
Yeah.
Dear God.
I did have to, when I first started, I did have the same feeling of, this feels a little bit clunkier than usual. And then I just turned I just jacked up all the sensitivities. Yeah, we had to jack up
sensitivities and stuff, and then it kind of was a better experience. Visually, it's fantastic. So I've always never been the biggest fan of the cell shaded. You kind of poo-pooed
all over the cell shaded.
Yeah, I've never been a fan. In the past, I've never liked it. It's the same as any of the anime games. I reckon. Look, Borderlands has always been the best to do it.
Well, see, I agree with you with the anime games, and it's because they're IP games that I tend to have watched or seen, and it's that uncanny valley of like you've almost got it, but not quite.
Exactly, and I think that's where like my dislike towards the use of cell shading as an art design is predominantly from those IP Japanese games or any of those real manga anime JRPGs. So to then play for and to look at it and go, wow, this is really, really schmick. And I think the key difference is in the lighting. Now, granted, you're playing on a standard PS5. I'm playing on a PS5 Slim, so still a standard PS5 essentially. Excuse me, dear God, whatever is stuck in my throat, shit me. I think I got it that time. Excuse me. Oh, hang on. Oh, Phoebe comes through with water. She the best. She's like, can you stop fucking coughing into the microphone, you dumb asshole? Oh, all right. Let's fucking hope that helps. What was I talking about? Who fucking knows? What was I talking about?
Cell shaded.
That's right, thank you. Well, the problem that I have with all those JRPGs is that the shadowing tends to be either non-existent or shit. So, in Borderlands 4, the use of ray tracing, the use of light, is really making the cel-shaded pop. So rather than looking like a cheap ploy to make the game have a visual flair, quote unquote, while not having to render ultra-realistic designs, it actually feels like it's the world, right? And because the lighting is working as it should, as in real lighting, like we would experience it, but it's in this cel-shaded world, which I like it. The characters are pretty cool at the moment. I've granted not spent the same time with them as you have, and like I chose the big heavy guy because you wanted the other guy, and
I am playing Vex the Siren.
Yeah,
I have dabbled in all of them now in my spare time.
Who's mine? Agron?
Yeah.
Yeah, big fucking unit.
You picked the heavy guy.
Yeah.
The other female character apparently is just redonkulously OP off the charts.
Go on.
I've watched a few videos of like her destroying the end game boss in like under 5 seconds.
Jesus.
Solo with a full party, and she's just like, just go fucking stand over there. I'll do this.
Magic hands and then credits. Yeah, so that I'm enjoying. I'm immediately overwhelmed with the amount of loot you get, and I think I spend more time like looking at the minor stats, going, "Is this slightly better? I'll take it. Is this one slightly better? I'll take it." And that's why I feel like I spend most of my time doing playing Borderlands. But it is certainly a game that is best shared, and that's why that's been enjoyable.
Which is why I've tried to not progress too far, and why I'm just fucking farming the shit out of bosses. So like next time we get on, I've got so many like replicas of legendaries that I have. I'm just gonna be like, have some loot.
Sweet. Well, I'm super down to play it, and at any point. We'll talk about it in a moment, but I do suddenly have some game time. So I've cleared some plate. But Max, you mentioned some small details about the game, like be able to press right and it's Destiny, right? It's your Sparrow just appears. Now, as someone who loves a looter shooter, and as someone who has stepped away from Destiny 2 as of late, do you think this will feel that itch in the interim, knowing full well that it's not a games as a service?
I have been juggling my time between Borderlands 4 and Path of Exile 2, both heavily loot specific, build specific games. Obviously PO2 being a live service multiplayer game. This Borderlands not being live service. And like I put it in our chat last night. It has instantaneously started scratching that itch of like, I have to get the best one. Yeah. So like for instance,
you spent 4 hours on one boss.
So for instance, the boss in question is the very first boss you fight, and has a chance to drop a legendary shotgun. And the gimmick of the shotgun is instead of just fucking blasting the pellets in a straight line, they curve up, and then they rain down the rest of the remainder of the pellets.
Like a mortar shell almost.
Like a mortar shot, exactly. But if you get the torque version of that gun, it shoots sticky rounds, and then they just stick to the boss. And then when you reload, they all fucking explode at once. And then they all explode again because the pellets still come out after the initial shot.
And then do you get blasted with them as well?
No, because you run away. Oh, but yes, if you are close enough, because they are explosive rounds, because it's a torque weapon, you get fucking monstered.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah. But it's fun because you can watch the boss's health bar go from 100% to 0% when you reload.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Because you can load 12 rounds into him, run away, and you just go, and then everything just fucking explodes. It's so satisfying.
Yeah, the shotgun that I found, I don't know where I found it, is literally just a rocket launcher. It just shoots 2 rockets at a time, goes punk, and just wrecks house.
So one of the other new things is in your grenade slot, you don't have to have grenades. You have a new weapon type called heavy weapons ordnance.
Oh.
So instead of throwing a grenade, I put on a fucking mech suit and I have a double barrel rocket launcher that shoots 15 rounds, and then it goes on cooldown for 10 seconds, and then I can do it again. Like, why would I ever want grenades?
Yeah, grenades blow in comparison to a mech.
Because up until that point, I was using throwing knives that made gravitational orbs, so it would suck all the enemies in. And I'm like, this is the best thing. I'm never going to change this ever. And I'm like, I have double-barreled fucking rocket launchers now. I'm never taking this off.
Yeah, fuck that orb thing. That orb thing's poo.
So they have added some really cool stuff.
Excuse me.
The classes do feel distinct and different. Like in most games, they kind of all have their own role to play. Vex has a summon, and is very like crit-based damage, self-healing. Yours, I believe, is full-on elemental. Yep. I think it's a fire and ice elemental dude. So he's really good at taking out shielded enemies or human enemies. Padge was playing the Digistruct soldier that had like Chainsaw Man blades.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had this big purple thing that kept running around.
Yeah, I had a little doggo that you can pet. You can push square and pet.
Yeah,
yep.
If you can pet the dog, that's when those big points come in.
So yeah, the cast of characters are fun to play as so far. Again, I'm level 16 with a max level of 50, so I haven't reached
Yeah,
like the pinnacle of
with
like all the
in the
skills
first
yet, and to
boss.
see. Yeah, that's because I've gotten from level 8 to level 16 farming that first boss. To
Yeah.
be fair.
Well, like at least you know that there's quite good level scaling. So even though we play together, it will.
Yeah, so
Be...
in multiplayer, there's like behind the scenes level scaling, so it won't. I'll just hit less hard, or the
Yeah.
enemies will have more health to compensate for my hits, but you would do more damage to them because you're a closer level to them,
Yeah, balances it.
which is cool. And then because it's an open world game, all the enemies are constantly set to your level. So even though we killed this boss back at level 4, he's not dropping level 4 loot. He's dropping level 16 loot because I'm level 16. So even though I'm only killing this guy, my guns are constantly getting better because he's leveling up with me.
It's a dangerous system. But then again, it doesn't benefit you to stay unless you want to do what you want to do, which is stay and grind a particular weapon. There's
Yeah,
really,
I'm trying to get a specific shield.
there is no benefit to grind because everything scales with you.
Correct.
It's interesting dynamics.
It's the Final Fantasy VIII of Borderlands.
I was going to say Final Fantasy, right? Yeah. Damn. But before I jump into my big one, was there any other games that you messed about with this week, Max? You want to talk about?
Oh shit! I played Everybody's Golf for like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
I played one like championship round. I fucking suck at digital golf.
Yeah.
For some reason, and like because I'm dumb, I always confuse Everybody's Golf with Golf with Friends. Because Golf with Friends is mini golf,
different.
and Everybody's Golf is like real golf, but kind of not real golf.
Yeah.
So I went in going, oh, I'm gonna play the shit out of the mini golf, and I'm like, oh, this is not what I thought it was because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
And then proceeded to play it anyway. I had fun. I just, for whatever reason, it'll be like, hey, the wind's going this way, and I'm like, okay, I'll allow for it, and then I still shank the fuck out of it somehow.
Yeah, so that was where I was going to expand. I was going to wait to hear what your like overall thoughts were. I was going to expand my thoughts on Everybody's Golf. And what else you got for me?
And I'm like, am I dumb? Do I not understand how wind works? Or is this just nuts? I also can't putt to save my life. I think that I'm hitting it too hard, and then it just goes way too soft, and I'm like, okay, I'll hit it a tiny little bit harder then, and then I just fucking fang it way too far. And I'm like, I just can't win at all.
Yeah, so the big trick. This is something that's happened pretty much consistently with everybody's golf hot shots. So when you look at your power meter down the bottom, it's not actually power; it's entirely distance. So it is. So the red flag that you see is the pin. That's not the amount of power that you need. That is the distance from where you are to where that is, and that is excluding wind, if like literal friction or anything. So like even if you're sitting right in front of it, like you say you're putting and you're like 5 meters away, let's fucking 3 meters. It's clear as day. It's bang. It's straight. You hit it to the power meter to the thing, it's gonna stop short every time, and it shits me to fucking tears because I'll get it in a run, I'll play for a while, and then I'll forget that it's not a power gauge and be like, oh yeah, okay, cool, boom, boom, fuck. And like let's get the timing right. So look, the consensus online at the moment is that this is not like a good Everybody's Golf game, and in some ways I agree. I really liked the PS4 one. It was open world. I could literally go and fuck around. I could create my own character. So online was easy. It was fun. You're constantly like you are as you play better, you would literally grow stats. Like your drives are really good. That's the thing. Your power will increase. Then as you get more, like all these, like the four key stats. The better you played, the better those stats are. It wasn't solely about the clubs that you use. However, they were there and they were able to assist you. Where here it is that, as well as using the base stat differences of the individual characters. But the difficulty is all the characters I've experienced so far suck.
I also find the game really condescending. Because, like, if you hit your initial drive really well, it's like, good shot, and then it lands in the rough. I'm like, how was that a good shot?
Oh, because you got you got it right on the power bar. So like it didn't land where you wanted it, but you hit it exactly perfectly for it to land there.
And then I just get angry. I'm like, it clearly wasn't a fucking good shot. Can you just not, please?
Yeah. It means like, hey, like in theory, you've given it the right amount of power. You've got it accurate. You give it an accurate hit. But yeah, having, as I was saying, having not been like a big expert in the series, it does feel like there are some discrepancies in how it decides to read wind and strength, and like sometimes it just wigs out. As you mentioned, right? Like you're reading, I played so much of everybody's golf on PS4 that I would know where to put it, give it the right hit, and it should at least get close. Here it's not feeling it at all. And I don't believe it's simply you're shitter at the game now. I think there's something else at play, and it does appear like the consensus does seem to be that. But the lack of something like such simple things like a character creator is shitting me. I could deal with not having to have a big open world that I can fuck around in. But playing it the other day with my son and Phoebe, like it was difficult because I only had 2 characters unlocked. So one of us had to be the same. And they both are so irritating. If I have to see the guy who's very clearly voiced by Yuri Lowenthal talk about his fucking dragon hand or just get right in the way. Like, I'm trying to line up the putt or the drive, and then he just suddenly like goes from the side on and walks right in front of the ball to look down at the ball. And I'm like, get the fuck out of the way. And there's a real big focus on the story mode, which I have been playing in hopes of unlocking more characters, but I couldn't fucking tell you what's happening at all. At some point, there was a dark version of the Ailey character. I was like, oh, it's got an evil version. Okay. There's some sort of evil possession storyline going on. Okay. Cool. There's a robot.
Oh, pardon me.
He had like, you know how Deadpool has 2 like katanas across his back? He had that, but they had golf clubs. And I was like, oh, okay, golf for a bit. All right. Well, I've experienced some of the other courses. And correct me if I'm wrong, anybody watching, listening from home, watch listening. The courses feel identical. Like some of them just feel the fucking same. And I can't be right. Right? Like, you tell me they've just made the game again with the same fucking courses? Because I'd be pretty fucking shitty if they had. I won't Google it because then I'll get shitty. I'll just sit and deal with it. But, alright. We've babbled on enough. This week, Max.
The meat and the potatoes.
This week. More like fucking today. After 3 months in real world time.
Well past embargo.
Well past embargo. After just shy of 69 hours. Nice. Phoebe and I rolled credits on Death Stranding 2.
Look, I'm glad Phoebe decided to not roll credits without you this time.
It was very considerate of her. Very kind of her. I do like that. That's kind of like if I ever do a giant heel turn, that's the instigator. That was the moment. That was my Seth Rollins hitting Roman Reigns with a chair and setting up the next fucking 15 years of Roman Reigns. I know that reference means nothing to you, but she's listening and watching this right now. She knows what that means. She knows. No, but either way, today we finally fucking finished it. As it's near 69 hours in this world of Death Stranding 2. And dear fucking God, Max, is the game rad. There are some things about it that when I ponder on it, I go, huh. But Death Stranding 2 is so fucking good. I feel that it, by delivering such a weird and unique experience with Death Stranding 1, it sets it up in such a way that you're like, hey, here's Death Stranding 2. Here's the weird foundation. We're just going to make it better. So we are going to add some new things, new lore, and new packages around it. But at its core, it's Death Stranding, and it's more of it. Now, what makes it interesting is, as I mentioned, near 68, 69 hours. You did it in 27.
Correct.
And that's because, once again, with this game, you know, I made the choice. I said, I'm going to play this the way that I want to play it. Like, yes, we could
You
push
played
through
this
it.
game as like fucking Postman Pat, motherfucker.
I absolutely did.
No one will get that. No one will get that reference.
Nah.
Outside of Australia.
I made literally near
And I'm aware that Charlie is not black and white, but fuck him.
Yeah, near every fucking distribution center, way station, fucking little shanty shack, all 5 stars, baby.
Did you get a platinum when you rolled?
No.
Or have you got shit left to do?
Actually have to do.
Ugh, and it still took you 69 hours.
Yep. Yeah, okay, well, I do have some stats. I don't know whether you took the screenshot of your stats.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I did.
We'll have some of them. Because I forgot, I didn't realize there was 4 tabs, so I only took photos of 1 tab.
That would have been smart, wouldn't it?
So here are the stats as they see. So I got to a porter grade of 275, which is pretty good. I'm a master deliverer. Listen, didn't call me a master beta, and that's okay.
Nice.
All of my points of my stars were pretty good. So 51 for porter, 58 for bridge link, 69 for servicemanship. 46 for stealth, 51 for combat. So there's a trophy I found out today. You get one of all of them over 40. So I did that pretty fucking easy. 93 legend evaluations for with S rankings.
Nice.
278,000 likes. I traveled a total of 651 kilometers. I delivered.
It's almost enough to get from Geelong to Sydney.
Yeah, maybe. 1,439 pieces of cargo.
Yeah.
20.6 tons in total weight capacity.
It's fucking Sam's back. Just be like,
yeah, he's fucked. His hips wrecked. Calves so strong.
How often did you use those exoskeleton?
Dude, the second I got like the level 2 Boca, I was went boonk, and I just legged it forever. And like the fancy shoes with the little claws, I'm like, I don't. But then again, I spent this entire time pretty much exclusively using the off-roader. I just load my shit in my truck and I started driving. So, because Phoebe and I were discussing it once we finished stage, she's like, "How'd Max get it done in 27?" And I'm like, "Well, he didn't fuck around as much as I did.
I can hold ass."
Yeah, you just did what you needed to do, but you also spent a lot of time working on like the monorails. Now, I got most of the monorail done, most of the roads, but there were clear gaps, so I couldn't like.
Yeah, when the game got to the point where it's like, "Hey, you've got to go all the way back to the start to deliver this last package," you're like, "Cool, monorail." And I just fucking did it in 3 minutes.
So I love it because you went, yeah, and I went, oh man, I'm going to deliver so much shit on the way back. And I just like swept. I literally started at one end and just swept all my packages. If it was that way, I just kept going until I got 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. Just kept going. It was awesome.
Yeah, I had that song from The Simpsons, monorail.
Say,
like I spent so much money on you, I'm
but
gonna fucking use
Sydney's still
it.
all cracked and broken. Sorry, Mum. Sam has spoken. Monorail. Good old Simpsons references. Yeah, so like there is this that part, like just existing in the world is so fucking fun. It's really good. Now, granted, Max and I will ideally we're discussing. Original plan was to have like a dedicated chat, so we won't go super deep or into spoilers here because I want to have a proper just Death Stranding 2 chat. But yeah, I love the world so much. I really enjoyed just exploring it. Having it be Australia certainly helped. It made it feel so much more fun. Hearing different versions of the Australian accent was great. Even though I did get a little bit sick of Tarman calling me and reminding me that he's fucking Tarman, I did feel a sense of like little chuckle every time he's like, "Hey Sam, it's Tarman. There you go." I was like, "Oh shit, Tarman's here." So yeah, the little moment where the Australian accent kicks in is really, really fun. The major differences though is obviously the big combat changes. Dear God, I was so happy to fight anything. If I had to go into like mule territory, I'm like, all right, cool. You know, where like previously I'd want to avoid it because the combat never really feel fun. But I just wanted to fight shit. Like fighting BTs was stacks of fun, especially when you just start seeing bigger and more dumber, massive, stupid things. There's one where I was fighting literally like flying manta rays, giant ass manta rays.
I caught one of those.
I thought about catching it and I already killed it.
It took way longer than it should have.
Yeah, like very Pokemon of you, but
oh yeah, took way longer than it should have, and then I never fucking summoned it.
Yeah.
Once I caught one of those big lion motherfuckers, I'm like, this is all I'm using.
Yeah, I
ever.
got one of them. Yeah, but I've never used them. Because once you summon them, do they come back, or there's a one-time use?
No. It uses chiral crystals. You fucking go ham.
Oh, I'm gonna go catch some more of them then.
Yeah.
For this game that I've now finished. But yeah, so combat was really fun. The world was cool. Obviously, one of the I say obviously because if anyone has seen any screens, any stills, or played this game, it is objectively one of the prettiest games you'll experience on PlayStation 5. It's visually stunning. There are moments, especially like the opening montage and then the final montage, where it's like here's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for?
Visual exposition.
Visual. It's like it's like a panning shot over this big fucking forest, and you're seeing all the mountains, and they've all got little fucking robots in them, or little trucks, and you're saying, oh, okay, it's like this looks fucking real. Like, are you sure that's just not the fucking rangers in Sydney or whatever? Now, obviously, we're not going to go too deep because of spoilers, but the story. In some ways, I don't feel this is as good as the first.
Agreed.
But I think that's because the first set up so much new and interesting that it felt really amazing.
The first one was so unique that it didn't hit the same this time because it had been done before.
Yeah, and we should say that means like the second isn't shit, not at all.
No, this is definitely not like a Matrix situation where this is the Matrix Reloaded. Like,
I tried to watch Resurrections the other day. That was trash.
Yeah, this is. It's not quite as good as like Fellowship to like Two Towers, but it's a solid sequel.
What would be a good example? Because it's not like a T2, because T2 is objectively better. It's not Dark Knight. Like, it's a sequel that shows that the first movie was really good, but it kind of just expands everything and makes it more intricate and builds on what you already know.
Ocean's 11 and Ocean's 12.
I watched Ocean's 11 the other night. That movie's still really fucking good.
I was being legitimate. Like, 11's better than 12, but 12's still a solid movie.
I'll have to watch 12 in the coming days, and I'll get back to you. But
it's the Fast and Furious 1 and 2.
Dude, I want to touch upon. there is a Fast and Furious comparison here. Let me tell you. I pondered it today, and I genuinely.
Okay, lay it on me.
So, the story beats in this one, there were some that I predicted very early on, and not exactly as they were delivered, but I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I think, once again, because of Back to the Future 2,
Back to the Future 2
No, 2 is better than 1.
Yeah.
Maybe like 2 to 3, because 3 is pretty good, but it's not as good as 2.
Yeah. 2 to 3 is good.
Yeah. So there were some things I predicted. How they were delivered, I was like, oh, okay. But I think, as we just mentioned, with Death Stranding 1 setting up such a weird and bizarre experience, you could take random leaps and go, I reckon this is that. And you go, oh, it was. Because the game is set up that weird shit can happen. One of the big threads that I've taken from this game, Max, because Phoebe and I were discussing it. She was like, well, what's some of the things you've taken away? How do you explain the experience? And we were listening to a podcast, and they were Sacred Symbols, as always. They were talking
Home Alone and Home Alone 2.
That is actually a fucking great example. Home Alone 2 is quite good, and it does improve on the second from the first, but the first is really good. That's a great example. Toy Story 1, Toy
Yeah.
Story
Anyway, 300 Rise of a Nation.
2. Yeah. So where was I going with that? What was it about?
Phoebe wanted to.
Oh
mention
yeah, she's
something.
like, well, what did you take out of it? And so yeah, Colin mentioned in Sacred that for him it's a really good allegory for post-COVID, which is interesting because the first game came out in late 2019, pre-COVID.
Mhm.
However, it did happen to almost perfectly capture the COVID experience, especially the early days of COVID. So with Death Stranding 1, you spend so much of the game theoretically by yourself. Like you have BB or Lou with you. However, it's a very lonely experience. The only times you ever get actually direct physical contact with anybody is when it's business. As in, you have been invited into this building because Bridges needs you to see fucking Bridget. So you go in and you go, "Hi, Bridget, this is work," and then you're sent back out. You don't have a home base. It's just your private room at each of these places, but you're never really locked in anywhere.
Mm.
And the second one, this is where the Fast and Furious stuff sort of comes in. You weren't alone technically in the first game because you had all these people that were in communication with, that you were working alongside, or a part of this greater collective. But you were all working very solo, right? Very isolated, which very much that COVID life. In 2, at the end of 1, when you had to get in this big, everyone comes together for the greater good to take on Higgs, it allows them to all experience, oh, we can be together in one space. Now, granted, Sam buggers off, goes off to do what he does. We know that that's what sets off literally that sets off everything in 2. In 2, they lay the groundwork pretty quickly, pretty firmly, that after the events of the first, humanity has come to an understanding, or at least these individuals, that community is key. Although Sam is now exploring Australia, once again, by himself, but not by himself. He has Lou, and he also has Dolman. Whenever you return to the Magellan, like, you are seeing people be people, right? In the first game, you very rarely get to see inside any of these bunkers, how people really interact. It wasn't until I finished the game and I realized that one of the biggest points within the game is family and the collective, and the nature of connection. That, like, there are moments where you come back from a mission and you walk onto the Magellan, and Tomorrow and Rainey are doing something. They're like rolling apples down a hallway, or no, they're trying to throw shoes and just throwing shoes to see how they land. Apparently, it's this old game. And I'm watching it go, why are they showing this stuff? Like, I understand it's to show that Tomorrow's development, the connection between them all, but I'm like, why are they showing it? And the reason is, it's because you have a home now. You have a family. And there are times when you come home, as you can speak to, because you've got a family, as do I. You come home and you're like, why the fuck are the kids doing whatever they're doing? And it's because, like, you're seeing those raw moments, those little things that are indistinguishable. And we didn't experience that in the first game because we had no need to. Because the way that Sam was living and was operating, he was a lone guy. But humans are meant to be connected. We are meant to come together. And, one of the big questions that came out of in the marketing of this game was, should we have connected? And the answer is yes. It should always be yes. But it demonstrates that with that connection comes weakness, but also comes our greatest strength. That's what I took out of the game anyway. That real sense of coming together and a support structure. Because very similar to the first, this game is so deeply connected to the processing of grief and trauma, and what it means to be vulnerable again and to open up that part of yourself after those events. And obviously with myself being someone that is a big mental health advocate, I work in the space, it's things that I care for, it makes sense why that's the prevailing through line for me. But yeah, and additionally, like, it was really, really lovely to share it with Phoebe. I said it took longer than we originally envisioned. I said 3 months in real world time. But in a lot of ways, being able to just sit and like actually take time with it, it made the journey feel legitimately huge. Like, granted, as I said, you know, I've only traveled 600 and something kilometers in game. And apparently that's the entire continent of Australia. If I was playing in a smaller city, I'd be like, this map feels really small. Because I played it for so long, over such a long, like, literal time. It all felt huge. It felt massive. I'll see, yeah, if we do have a follow-up conversation, I think I'd like to get into, like, some spoilers and really dive into the more deep things. But I guess now that you can speak a bit more freely, Max, did you want to add some sort of, like, overall thoughts to Death Stranding?
No, I think I covered mine, like, what, 3 weeks ago.
If you want to reiterate it, just for those that may not have heard, and also now that I have context.
It's one of those things that, you know, it's been a while since I've now finished it. A lot of the beats hit me in the moment, and most of the big beats are really spoilery. So if we're gonna have that spoiler conversation, I think it needs to hit there. While I agree with you that a lot of this is a story about grief and family, I do agree with you in the you know, in that sentiment. It's just oh, but I've lost my
It's because you're distracted, man.
lost my train of thought. It's, you made the comment of, like, why are we saying this? I think we're saying this because
No, they're saying it to prove a point, and like, and it just took me a while to realize it. Yeah.
I liked that change of pace of having people around me.
Me too.
You're right. Tarman calls you way too much. I think I made the joke that he's essentially Roman. Was it Roman from
Yeah.
He's like, hey cousin, you want to go bowling? It's like, hey,
Hey,
hey Sam, it's Tarman. You want to jump on the machine?
Hey, it's Tarman. The currents are fucked. Like, cool. Are they ever not fucked?
No.
Yeah, no. Like, only when the story benefits us, the tar currents make sense. Outside of that, shut up. Stop asking questions.
Yeah.
But sorry, keep going.
But yeah, I think I'll save most of it for spoiler chats.
Like, yeah. So at the moment, will it be considered my game of the year? It's certainly in conversation. I don't know whether I'd put it at number one because I want to sit with it and want to marinate on it a little bit. I'm trying to think what else I'd put in that list at the moment. Obviously, like Split Fiction and stuff like that. But yeah, it's probably in the top. It'll be in the top 3 by the end of the year. I'm pretty confident. But yeah, I would very much be keen to dive a little deeper, to really tackle some of those story beats, just so that we can, I don't know, really sort of like flesh it out, because it's such a good fucking game. Such a good game. But yeah. Oh, what? You had a moment? Oh. No, cool. But yeah, big thank you to PlayStation Australia for providing us the review code for Death Stranding 2. My apologies for not getting it done till now, my bad. But anyway, let's get into the section we call Inform the Players. We tell you about what happened this week in PlayStation. Now, Max, granted we're already an hour and 10 minutes in, I can understand that there's not much news. It's a pretty quiet week.
Family first. So Sony has announced and released its new PlayStation Family app, a mobile app that lets you track things like playtime and spending across multiple PlayStation accounts. It's available for both Android and iOS. The main draw here is the ability to manage your child's or children's usage of the PlayStation 5. The app includes restrictions and filters that you can apply to your console, and you'll even get real-time notifications. Obviously, companies like Sony have to take things like parental controls very seriously. The PS5 already has parental options that you can adjust through the console setting itself, but this app should give parents a more convenient and potentially effective way of handling things. There's a quick breakdown of what the app offers. That is guided setup for creating the child account on PlayStation, real-time notifications through the app, daily and weekly activity reports, settings for playtime limitations, settings to prevent access to specific games, settings for spending limitations, and settings for social aspects and privacy.
I love it. I love the concept. It's great. Now,
I love the concept. I don't think I'll ever use
No.
it because I will tell Hadley when and how she can play it and how long she
absolutely,
can play it.
this
It's
is.
not like she can just pick it up and play it herself. She has to ask permission first.
I think this.
I think this is more for like a teen that has their own console in their, you know.
I agree, but I think it's also for parents that aren't you and I. I mean that in the nicest way, right? Like the people that would benefit from this app are not people that would listen to this show, presumably, right? Like we know how to get in the settings, we know how to monitor what our kids do, we know what our kids play. But most parents no fucking idea what their kids are actually playing. Having an app that will give them a notification and like expenditure or times, etc., like that is a good thing, especially as more and more kids get really a little too involved in some of their gaming, right? I don't like the term addiction because it's not quite that, but there certainly can be a strong affection to games where you may have to do a bit of monitoring. I'll probably I'll probably get Millie, James's mum, to download it because she has the secondary account. So I think it'd be interesting to see what it is seeable because I don't have one for James, so it would be a useless app for me to download at the moment. I think as he gets older, it might become more helpful just to see things at a glance. Yes, especially if I can't be bothered going into the settings, or if you are someone that isn't tech savvy, like you trying to think of our parents trying to do something. Like the app would be great for them because I don't fucking get what he's doing, but I want to yell at him for not being social. Oh wait, he's 30 years later, he's still talking about video games successfully. Oh well, that's a shame. I don't think the app will tell them that though. What about yourself?
It's one of those things that it's still fairly restrictive. Like in a world where in a world where games within games exist, it's only going to show you like the parental game. So like for instance, they're playing Fortnite. It'll tell you that they're playing Fortnite. It won't tell you that they've downloaded custom maps to play X thing. Roblox will be another big example.
Yeah.
It says that they're playing Roblox, but what game are they playing inside of Roblox?
Yeah, and also how's he going? Is James any good at it? Are we getting?
I don't think it's going to be super specific, and I think that's going to be its downfall for the people who want that specific knowledge. Because although I think this is great, it's not fair. It's not designed for us, like you said. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many people use it and what the use case is that they get out of it.
Oh, excuse me. I wonder if there's any data to align with why they've made this option. Now, granted, as a parent, I think it's great to have it for other parents to have access to this information. But was there information provided through the current PlayStation app that says, oh, a lot of people use these to monitor their privacy restrictions?
Yeah, who knows? Like,
is there any heat mapping in that side, or is it just simply this would be a cool thing to do? Because not having a Nintendo Switch 2, what are the child protection settings like? Or you didn't fuck with it because you don't?
I don't fuck with it because I don't need to, because Hadley has to ask me if she can play it, and generally speaking, when she does play it, she's either playing it with me or she's playing it with Ali, or someone is sitting in the room with her. Like when she comes and plays PlayStation, she sits next to me because I'll be on the computer.
Yeah.
Very rarely does she get to play PlayStation by herself with no one around. So we always know what she's doing. We always know what is going on.
True.
So yeah, it's not really useful for me. Sorry, I'm looking at the PlayStation blog post of the actual Family First thing to see if they do have any like data and stuff like that. So it can send requests to your phone saying, I want to play this game, is that okay?
Ooh.
And you have to real time approve, but like, no, fuck you, I told you you're not playing Helldivers today, or I told you you're not playing this today. So that's cool. I don't know why there needs to be a money spending filter, why children have credit cards linked to their account.
It could also be used to fuck over your partner.
It's just fucking nuts.
Yeah, so hey, how much is my husband spending on video? Jesus Christ!
Jesus Christ. I would be scared to look at my own like daily, weekly activity reports.
Mine wouldn't be as much as it. Yeah, that'd be fine.
Actually, mine wouldn't be that much lately. Now that I'm back at school 3 nights a week, and I tend to try and get to work earlier these days. It's not too bad, but like weekends, he's like, this man played for 10 hours straight in the middle of the night, and it's like, fuck.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I don't like. There are some days where I'm very lucky. Like today, we ended up playing for most of the day. Friday, as I said, but like rarely do I just, unless I've got James with me, we will just have a day of playing games. Like it's very infrequent. It wouldn't be like, he spent fucking 100 hours playing games this week. Like, no. Like, there'll be some weeks where it's super, super huge, and then most weeks will be fun. Because most days it's like a couple hours a night, really. If I'm lucky. But not even every night. Because some nights I was like, I'm just going to watch TV with Phoebe.
Some nights you have to put out.
Some nights, yeah, I got to put out. I'm like, she wants my attention. And, it's a shame that someone wants my attention.
Oh, jeez.
Next piece of news, as I write down this timestamp, detachable.
Yeah, nowhere in this did I put that it's rumored.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's rumored.
Rumored. In the era of soaring hardware costs, Sony is allegedly working overtime to keep the price of the PS6 down. The company knows that it needs to actually get the console into consumers' homes if it is to repeat the success of the PS5 and the PS4, and it's not going to achieve that with an over $700 US system. There has already been alleged reports that Sony may be eyeing a range of hardware models, including a portable device, which we've spoken about previously, all with different specifications aimed at different audiences. Excuse me. Now, the reliable Insider Gaming has reported that the manufacturer has settled on a detachable disc drive, which is a feature it had also introduced during the PS5 generation. The idea is to keep costs down and provide consumers with flexibility. You'll be able to purchase a digital-only device, a bundle with a detachable disc drive included, or alternately, add a disc drive at a later date if you are undecided. According to the site, Sony is also aiming to design a much simpler design than its predecessor. The goal is for the company to make the size and weight as low as it possibly can, reducing costs on storage and shipments. All of this will help it profit on the product. All of this will help it profit on the product and keep the final prices down during these economically uncertain times. In fact, on the back of recent reports about an upcoming PS5 Slim revision, which will reduce the amount of the SSD space included, which we discussed last week, Insider Gaming adds that this new model will reduce the weight of the console, saving the manufacturer a few pence on shipping per unit. It's clear that, when it comes to its upcoming hardware, Sony is thinking very carefully about costs. That may disappoint those of you looking to cutting-edge piece of tech, but it may help the manufacturer make something much more affordable. Now, my immediate thing is, this ain't fucking news, Max. The PS5 doesn't come with this. Now, in that same thought, both you and I have disc versions of the PS5. I've only used it recently to watch Viva La Bam on DVD, because Viva La Bam is not on any streaming service. I cannot tell you the last time I put a game in that fucking thing. Is this the same circumstance of the reason this is non-news is because this is also not for us?
I mean, I occasionally dabble in the disc game. Generally, it's when
you're disc curious.
When I go and purchase a game. The last one being Wu Chang Clan Fallen
yeah.
Feathers. Um, but I would prefer to have it and not need it than need it and not fucking have it.
Yeah. So it is interesting. Like I think about it. Would I have bought a slim? A digital only. I'm like, potentially. Like I can't tell you the last time I bought a physical game. And once again, that's coming from this complete space of luxury and privilege that we exist in. But even then, like if I do buy a game, which I do,
go digital, so you don't have to go out and speak to people.
I don't want to fucking go places, and most games that I'm actively going to buy aren't getting physical releases. In the chat, though, Big Shep jumps in and goes, I get that discless is the natural progression of the gaming industry, but I'm a slut for physical media. Now, this is, as someone that is a former slut for physical media, as I was a big believer in CDs, I was a big believer in Blu-rays, particularly. I sometimes do want to return to the world of physical Blu-rays, mostly because I like special features, and I miss them. But most of them don't have them anyway. I'm very lucky. I have good internet. It's easy for me. Digital is the place.
Physical media died for me when they stopped putting really good manuals in games.
That is also true. So it does not surprise me that the PS6 may not come with a disc drive at all. And knowing what they've built here with PS5, why would they go back? Why would they go back to not having it be portable? The fact that the attachable disc drive is near sold out fucking everywhere at any given time, there's money in it. Now, granted, each of those disc drives probably worth like $40 for cost, and they're charging hundo plus.
I just want them to have a normal form factor next time.
Yeah, and I think that,
I just want a box. I don't need like some crazy thing.
Yeah, look,
like, let me put it in a TV unit easy.
Yeah,
let it be stackable.
Like I love the blockiness. I enjoy the blockiness of the PS2. Actually, what do you find is the most visually pleasing PlayStation? The PS1 grey is quite lovely. I do love it, but it is purely nostalgia driven.
Yeah, look,
I love the design of 2. It is real blocky. It's really 2000s, but it's sleek. It's beautiful.
Okay. Here's my list.
Fat 3, Slim 3,
no,
Super
wrong.
Slim 3.
Yeah, I actually like the Super Slim 3. That's the one with the fucking sliding disc drive, right?
Slim. I would say the Slim 3 is probably up there. I think. And the Slim 4. I like the Slim 4.
It goes PS2.
Mm-hmm. PS2 fat or slim?
PS2 fat, then PS2 slim, then PS4, then PS4 slim, then the little mini PS1.
Yeah.
Then the bigger PS1.
Yeah.
And then PS3 fat. Anyway, PS5 is last on the list.
Yeah. Look, granted, as we mentioned when the PS5 came out, it does look like a bit of a vagina. And don't get me wrong, not to be all graphic, fans of vagina.
I still think
fans of vagina, but
I think my favorite meme was still the one where it's just a PS5 and it's got Seto Kaiba's collar.
Yep.
And you go joining like got it, nailed it.
And like that's why I like the slim, because it's like they've given off the little fucking labia majora, like they've made it all nice and like carved. And but granted, like if it looked like a fucking the Xbox One S is actually a lovely looking console.
Yeah, it's because it's just a box.
I know, it's sick. Yeah, and
it's right there in the name. That's all we need. It's all we need.
Well, in theory, that should help when you're not having to make fancy little fucking bedazzled, or vajazzled, I should say, PS5s, where you could just once again, still a box reference. Now it feels inappropriate. But yeah, I assume it's cheaper just to make good, strong right angles. Just box bullshit.
It has to be, right?
I think so. But look, you are wrong in your list. The PS3 Slim is absolutely up there. It's matte black. It looks like the 3, but it's much more. It doesn't use the same power equivalent as a fucking fridge.
Hey, we're just basing this on looks, mate, not
Oh, that's a good point.
performance.
Hang on, that's a good point. It's a good point. And the PS3 with its gloss, which is just reflecting fucking everything in this room right now. And he's also the biggest fingerprint magnet I've ever seen.
Whoa. Okay.
What you got?
So I pulled up a list of PlayStation best worst console designs.
Mm-hmm.
This is over on thegamer.com.
Yeah.
At ranked at number 14, they have PlayStation Classic, like the OG.
Are you going like in reverse order?
This is ranked 14th.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this is the worst, right? Next up is the PS1. The little baby one.
Oh, the little, okay, yeah, the little bitty one. All right.
Then it's the PlayStation 3 Super Slim.
Yeah, the sandwich thing, it wasn't for me.
Then it's the PlayStation Portable.
Yeah, the PlayStation Portable is weird with its one little.
And then it's the Vita.
The Vita needed grips. It needed like little hand bits.
And then it's the Go.
Oh, the Go is just like a little phone. Oh man, I've always wanted to get the Go just for like because you can mod the fuck out of them.
Then it was the PS4 Slim.
Really?
Then the PS4 Pro.
I would put that higher.
Then the big fatty, the PS3.
Okay, yeah, I'd put that way behind the PS4.
OG PS4.
Yeah, the two-tone was cool with the little shiny bit up top. I like that you could take it off and then you could make it prettier just by changing one bit. I quite like that.
PlayStation 2 Slimline comes in at number 4.
Okay.
PlayStation 2 comes in at number 3.
Yeah, okay. Good.
PS3 Slim comes in at number 2. And for some reason, PlayStation 5 is number 1.
Well, it's wrong. But I like the
I
PS3
agree.
Slim is really high. Well done. Well done. Saying that though, I like the PS5 Slim way better than the Orig. I even like the Pro better than the Orig. I still want a Pro. So bad. All right, Max. It's been fucking hour and 26 minutes. Can you get this one quick bit out? Quick bits.
Right? PlayStation 5 has topped 7 million sales in Japan. Woo.
And that is the quick bits.
Yeah, there really wasn't much this week.
There's absolutely other things. Like I heard this week.
There was this massive fucking long article about Naughty Dog's upcoming game, Intergalactic.
The Heretic Prophet.
Yeah.
There was a piece that Machine Games, they mentioned that the Wolfenstein is meant to be a trilogy.
I didn't see that.
So the idea of them like fucking off Indiana Jones and going back to Wolfenstein makes me very happy. I'll be down with that. I'm sure there was other bits of news as well.
Red DualSense controller worth $1,300 got destroyed in transit.
Ooh. Oh, also
apparently 500,000 people have pre-ordered Euro and American Truck Simulator.
Checks out. Also, were you able to secure one of the Astrobot controllers?
No, they don't go on October.
No, but isn't the pre-order open?
October.
It is. No, it's not September.
Oh. Because I had a look, because I cracked the shits, because it's locked behind EB's paywall.
Yep, it sure is, little fucks.
Because I want to get one for Hadley for her birthday.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the same for James. But if it's locked behind some paywall,
it says pre-order 30th of October 2025.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I want that so bad.
For $134.95.
Jesus Christ.
Strictly one per customer, so no, I cannot order one for other people. Because I think I'm going to pony up.
How much is it?
What, the EB World thing?
Yeah.
But it's whatever for a month, but I'll just pay the $49 for the year, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
And then if anything else cool comes out, I have access to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
No idea. Lost my train of thought. Fucking gone. All right, let's get into the games that are coming out this week in a section called PlayStation Games that are coming out this week. New games, 15th of September, Broken Law LOW, or Low, big capital letters coming to PS5. Lego Voyagers, PS5, PS4. 16th of September, Football Heroes League, PS5. Parasol Superstars, PS5, PS4. Henry Halfhead, PS5. Slime Heroes, PS5, PS4. 17th of September, U-Boat, PS5. Zoe Begone, PS5, also Skate on 16th September. 18th September, Arctic Awakening, PS5. Bad Cat, PS5. Class of Heroes 3 Remaster, the PS5. Dying Light, The Beast, PS5. Formula Legends, PS5, PS4. Frostpunk 2 on the PS5. Hike, HYKE, Northern Lights, PS5. Moon Mystery, also on that PS5. Platypus Reclayed, it sounds like okay. PS5, PS4. Puzzle Quest Immortal Edition, PS5, PS4. Shape Hero Factory on the PS5. Wobbly Life, PS5. And on the 19th of September, Alpha Dia 3, PS5, PS4. DreamWorks Gabby's Dollhouse, Ready to Party, PS5, PS4. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, coming out on September for some reason on PS5. Toa and the Guardians of the Sacred Tree, PS5. Trails in the Sky, first chapter, PS5. And Wonderstars on PS5. I guess like Dying Light's pretty much the only one in it. And Skate.
Yeah, Tower of the Guardians looks cool. It looks up my alley.
Isn't that movie with the owls in it?
No, that's the Guardians of Cooley.
Look, I don't think any of that is fucking words, mate.
Hang on. Owl movie. It's Legend of the Guardians, the Owls of Gahuli. Yeah, fuck you. I nailed that.
All I heard was Legends and Guardians, and you said those words a second ago, so I still win. You also win because you were absolutely correct.
Yeah, Tower and the Guardians looks like a full-on weeby ass game.
Gross, I hate it.
Also comes out of Bandai Namco, so like it's instantly a max game when it comes from Bandai.
Don't make me email Bandai again. And be like, hey, because like I just was ever be like, yo, it's Betson's time to shine, baby. Hot shots go.
I'm saving myself a Final Fantasy at the end of the
Nice. Well, actually, that's a question. So
I also downloaded the demo for Digimon Time Sleuth, and I've been playing the Cyber Sleuth. I'm like, it's kind of cool too.
Yeah, Digimon's okay. Yeah, there was one on PS1 that I spent an ungodly amount of time with, and I really enjoyed it.
World.
Yeah, it was awesome. And that's the thing I'm wondering on. So I am thinking about diving into Metal Gear Solid 3, like properly. Keep that Kojima weirdness going. I jumped into it again this afternoon, and then I kind of forgot how like stunted ass dialogue that game is. But friend of the show, Josh LaRussa from the podcast Dodge Parry Roll, gave us a lovely shout out this week, by the way. Big thank you to them. They were talking about on the show about how their uncle is a big fan of Metal Gear. So, no, it would be amazing, wouldn't it? I'd be like, hey, who is it? Like, we know most people work at Nintendo. Yeah, so they're talking about how much they're big fans of the series and what I'm like, cool. Well, Max doesn't give a flying fuck. So hopefully I will sit through Metal Gear Solid 3 and Josh and I will catch up because he's been wanting to do a show with me for ages, or with you and I for ages. And we'll do them all the players so you don't have to worry about it.
You have a blessing because, yeah, it's just, I tried to play it again the other day. I'm just not feeling it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Metal Gear Solid 2 or bust in my...
Yeah, you gotta be ready for the exposition dump.
For whatever, 3 just didn't do it for me. Yeah. Like I think I played like the first 4 or 5 hours like 3 or 4 times in like my life, and I felt it never gets me.
Yeah,
I think it was because it became a survival game. Like I don't.
And it's because probably in the '60s, and you're like, I don't fucking know about the '60s, man.
No, it had nothing. I'm pretty sure it was exactly because it was a survival game. Like I don't like this. This is not what.
Suddenly less fun.
Like I want, yeah.
So I'll fuck around with that. Death Stranding is now. I might go back a little bit, fuck with it to clear out some of the more stuff. What's the other
Borderlands 4 is my life now.
Borderlands 4 is, I think, was also the next one too. And then Yotai's a couple weeks, so I might actually give Yotai a bell. I don't know. As I said at the start of the show, like I started a job next week, so it's casual, but maybe my availability.
Oh, you actually start next week?
Yeah, on Wednesday I got my induction day. Yeah, so I just said yes to be a support worker because it's fucking money. So, I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
Why not? I need money. Anyway, speaking of money, hi. Contribute to the show, please.
Speaking of money, my child's doing a fun run, and here's the link to.
Mute saw the Australian Farm Simulator Dinkum. Oh, dude, that game's dope. I fucking love Dinkum. I have not played enough of that game. If it was on console, I'd play so much of that game. It's on Switch, so it's not on PlayStation yet, which makes me sad. It's good stuff in that game. The game's great.
Oh, dude, I know this is a PlayStation show, but watching that Nintendo Direct the other night, I'm just like, holy shit. I'm so glad I bought one of these.
Yeah, you were like way horned up.
And then I realized that like they're so expensive games on
Nintendo. that privileged life is coming back to bite you now, isn't it, Max?
Yeah, that's fun. So
look, then we'll jump into our spiel. So make sure there's the Patreon link at the back end. If you want us to help us, please fucking help us, man. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I say that knowing full well that life is expensive for fucking everyone.
Basically, Nintendo went, you want some JRPGs? And they just fucking threw them at the screen. I was like, oh, goddamn. And
I imagine that was the noise too.
Chris Pratt's back as Mario.
Oh yeah, they're doing Galaxy as the film. Pretty cool.
It was Pratt, not Pine, right?
Pratt, yeah. Chris Pine was in Wonder Woman. But big thank you everyone for joining us once again. We do appreciate you chatting with us, joining. No, we joke about the financial contributions, but seriously, like fucking.
That's a movie. That's a movie series that was definitely shitter in the second time around.
Like it was good, but it wasn't as good. You know, and there's a couple on that list. But all right, Max, get the fuck out of here.
All right, everybody. You know the drill. This PlayStation conversation happens every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. on podcast services, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you'd like to take part in future conversations with us, you can. Check out our socials, Facebook, Discord, Instagram, X. Those links can be found in the description below.
If you want to join the conversation as it happens, head over to twitch.tv/popculturist. We watch us record this show live. We can jump in the chat and become part of the show. If you want to support the show, you can. Tell your friends, tell your family about this PlayStation pod. If you're listening to us on podcast services, be sure to give us a 5-star rating and a written review. Watch us on YouTube. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. I endeavor to answer every single comment. And if you want to support us financially, you can at patreon.com/thepopculturists. But until next week, I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Max Cooper.
And that was for the players. All right, now that they're gone, hey, Sam, this is the president. This is a private connection. I'm apparently suspicious of fucking everybody. But spoilers, maybe you should be suspicious of me. I don't know. That's just saying. Because he's fucking strange and he has a weird suit jacket. Don't trust him, even though his big thing says private. The president. Why is there a fucking president of Australia, Max? America fucking up Australia again.
What do you mean again?